You don't need millions to be rich. You need time without a price tag. Most people spend their entire lives trying to earn more money. And the more they earn, the more trapped they become. Because they confused wealth with high salary and assets. And these two things are not the same. Today, I want to talk about what wealth really means when you didn't come from a wealthy family. And why most people will never understand this. Many people learn early on that rich is whoever earns a lot. The doctor, the lawyer, the businessman, the person with an imported car and a beach apartment. But nobody asks this. Can that person stop working? Because there are people earning $20,000 a month who can't last 2 months without a paycheck. There are people with a mortgaged house, 2 cars in their name, kids in private school, health insurance, payments for everything. On paper, that person made it. In practice, they can't leave their job, can't turn down a project, can't negotiate deadlines. They're hostage to their own standard of living. Now take someone earning $4,000, living in a simple place, no debt, 6 months of emergency savings, and a job they can do from anywhere. That person has something the $20,000 guy doesn't have: margin. They can choose, can wait, can refuse, can leave. That's freedom. And freedom is what makes someone truly rich. The confusion starts because we measure success by what others see. High salary, impressive title, visible consumption. But nobody sees the bank account. Nobody sees the stress level. Nobody sees how many hours per week that person sells to keep it all standing. Let me show you how the trap works. You start out earning little. Then you study, work hard, get promoted. The salary goes up. You can finally rent a better place. Buy a car that doesn't break down every week. Go out to dinner without calculating what's left on the card. But along with the salary, expectations rise. Friends change. Neighborhood changes. Standards change. And then you realize that salary that seemed like so much is now just enough. Again, you've entered a treadmill. And the faster it goes, the faster you need to run not to fall. The problem isn't earning well. The problem is that most people increase their cost of living at the same speed they increase their income. And then nothing's ever left over. Never any slack. Never any choice. Those who didn't come from wealthy families can't afford to get this wrong. Because you don't have a safety net. You don't have an apartment to go back to. You don't have a friend of my father's to place you somewhere. If you build an expensive life, you'll be trapped in it. Now, if you do it differently, if you hold your standard of living steady for a few years while income grows, then you create a difference. A margin. A space between what you earn and what you need. And that margin becomes time. Becomes security. Becomes power of choice. Becomes the possibility of refusing a bad job. Of moving cities. Of taking a year off to try something else. Of not depending on anyone. That's wealth. Or rather, that's just one type of wealth. We'll talk about others later. And the strangest part? The less you need to impress others, the closer you get to this. Because real wealth is invisible. It doesn't drive an imported car. It doesn't post photos at resorts. It wakes up without an alarm. It chooses who to work with. It has Monday off if it wants. It's that feeling of being at peace with yourself. It's a completely different game from what they taught you. So the real question isn't, how much do I need to earn to be rich? The question is, how much do I need to live well without depending so much on others? And that answer is different for each person. But one thing is certain. It's much less than the system wants you to believe. Because the system gains nothing if you're satisfied. The system needs you to always want more. Always feel like something's missing. Always look to the side and compare yourself. But freedom doesn't come from having more than others. Freedom comes from needing less than you can have. And look, I'm not saying you should live miserably. I'm saying don't sell your entire life in exchange for things that don't really matter. Because in the end, wealth isn't about the value of your house. It's about the value of your time. And time is the only thing you can never buy back. You can choose to earn a lot and spend a lot. Or you can choose to earn enough and save the rest in the form of greater degrees of freedom. Most people will never make this choice consciously. They'll follow the script, climb the career ladder, raise their standards, work more, buy more, and think that one day when they earn enough, then they'll rest. But that day doesn't come, because enough always moves, unless you decide where it stays. If you made it this far, there's more on the channel that makes sense for you. Next week, I'm going to talk about the most dangerous thing you can do with the first money you have left over. And no, it's not investing. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you want to keep thinking about this now, there are other videos here that complete this conversation.